Hello everyone, today I'm going to give you a general overview of the Airfix 1/72 Harrier starter kit I recently purchased and put together, and please excuse any background noise. Alright, so this retails around $15. It's an easy starter kit, and a couple months ago I decided to give it a try. I had experience with models in the past, and they were very rudimentary experiences. Simple in-air, easy build, new race stuff, just basic stuff. And I never really, it was never, how do I say it? It was never, the skill was never measured. It was just, oh, hey, let's try this. And as a result, my skills stagnated at beginner. But this time I decided to give it a valid effort, and this is my first quote unquote real moto I tried on, and I watched many videos beforehand to get a gooder finish. Not a good or a better finish, but anyways, here we have the Harrier. This is my completed project, and as you can see, this specific type of Harrier I think is a Hawker Siddeley GR.1, and let's look closer at it. So obviously this is my first, quote unquote real moto I sort of tried on, and I think I did a pretty good job for a quote unquote first one. The paint is, hold on, let me get that to focus. The paint is it's very ragged in some areas. Oh crap. The finish did not come out as intended, but of course this is a beginner's one, so I'm not too worried about that. The cockpit was a disaster, as you can see. The lines were not properly painted on because I had no masking tape, but I did the best with what I could, and I think it's pretty passable. And as you can see, the very rigid paint finish. And let's start with the underside first. So a lot of the decals came off, and unfortunately it resulted in very battle-worn numerics. One of them just did not want to go on, and this British roundo did not cooperate well with the paint. And as for the counter shading, I did not have a good sense of where to paint the bottom, so you kind of have a very, very fluid counter shading, not very rigid or straight at all. So you'll just have to live with it. And then the camo, I think I did pretty well with the camo. I watched some videos beforehand on how to do the camo, and I think I did a very good job on the camo. As you can see, it's a very, very dull gray, almost blue. I think it's a blue, yeah, and some green splotches around. It's funny how British aircraft are almost all in this exact same livery. And once again, there's some missing decals right there. Let me adjust it on it. There's some very rigid decals. Moving back, the tail is very, very nice. It's a bit dusty. I haven't dusted it in a while. And then moving, and let's get a good look at that. It's alright. Like I said, it's a bit rudimentary, but as far as a first model from what I've seen and what I've done in the past, this is a model I actually tried on. I'd say I did a pretty decent job on it, though some pieces were inevitably, missing, and some decals did slide off. I think I had a pretty good representation of what the Harrier Hawker 1 Siddeley was. And then looking at it face forward, you can see the vents. The vents are nice, I think. They were a gunmetal gray, but they're impossible to see unless you have, glaring lighting pointed everywhere. But that is a detail I added. And then I think one of the most annoying parts of the build were, beware the thrusters right here. The thrusters. See, they're trying to, the whole purpose of them, or their build philosophy, was that they were going to slip in like like an action figure ball joint, but that unfortunately was not the case. I don't know if this is an older mold and the pieces just aren't up to par anymore, but it took a bit of finesse to fit in these thrusters in, and it caused a lot of glue spills, but it's not that noticeable. Lots of chipping from it though, but it was quickly covered up. And then I think this is what is this? This is a nice detail I like they added. It's like a brake stopper or something. I'm not too familiar with the hydraulics of the actual Harrier. But yeah. And one more complaint, or rather issue, I encountered was that these side wheels were very fragile and came off a few times, and I had to reglue. Okay, and that's about it for the Hawker Siddeley Harrier Airfix starter kit. Would I recommend this to a beginner? I'd really only recommend if you are going to, if you know you're going to have a very, if you're going to stick with this hobby is what I'm trying to say, and watch a few videos beforehand. As for someone who's just buys it willy-nilly to try out, I don't think this is a good fit. It had many pieces, and you do have to know basic camouflage painting skills and lots of other niche skills you'll have to learn from intense YouTube video watching. So beware, but it is pretty straightforward, and I'd recommend this to anyone who's up for a challenge and wants to start a new hobby. That's about it, and I will see you in the next video.